Hey guys, and welcome back to Jesus Talks with Jess. Today I want to talk about something that I call situational faith. And before I explain what that means, I just want to read a little passage from Exodus chapter 15, verses 20 through 25. Then Miriam the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took the timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, "Sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horse and its rider he has thrown into the sea." So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea. Then they went out into the wilderness of Shur, and they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. Now when they came to Marah, they could not drink the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah, which literally means bitter. And the people complained against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" So he cried out to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. When he cast it into the waters were made sweet. So this had just taken place after one of the greatest miracles ever performed. God had just parted the Red Sea for the Israelites to pass through safely, and the seas had come down on their enemies and they escaped. Moses had just said a beautiful praise and song for God. It was thanking him and praising him, and Miriam and all the women and all the people had just finished praising God and thanking him for this amazing miracle. But all of a sudden, when they became thirsty and they couldn't drink the water that they had, they began to complain, and they began to lose hope, and they began to lose faith. And the problem with the Israelites was that their faith was based on their circumstances and their situations. If they had a good victory, yes, they were full of faith, they praised God. But if something went wrong, they immediately lost their faith. They immediately complained. They immediately cried out, and they were like, "Where is God? What are we doing? Oh no." And I just want to tell you that situational faith is not faith at all. I think sometimes we can think, oh, if I just saw this great miracle, or if I had just experienced that, or if I had just seen the Red Sea parted, then I would believe. I wouldn't be like the Israelites. The thing with that is we can't say that we would have faith if we saw this, or if this happened, because they saw all those things, yet they still had unbelief. It doesn't matter what amazing works you see. That can give you faith. That can give you temporary faith. But you need to find secure faith in God, and by reading His Word and really meditating on who He is and His love for you. Faith cannot be based off of circumstances, but based off of God's faithfulness. Because the Israelites had situational faith, when something was messy, they cried out. But if they had only truly trusted God's word and truly trusted God's promises, their faith they would not have wavered in their faith. We need to have just as much faith in the best situation as we do in the worst situation. We can't be faithful to our feelings. We can't be faithful to our circumstances, but we have to be faithful to God and faithful to His word. And not only our faith, but we have to trust in His faithfulness, and we have to trust that He is faithful to keep His promises. Even when we may see that situation is messy, our faith can't be based on what we see, but based on God's faithfulness, and by basing it on His faithfulness to His word and His faithfulness to us and His promises. So next time you're in a situation and you begin to feel hopeless, remember, don't have situational faith. Don't just be happy and faithful and joyful in the good times, but also in the bad times, knowing that God is with you through it all. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more. Don't forget to have a great week, and God bless. Peace out.